Hi, welcome to Ranging Country. I'm Peter.
And I'm Lawrence.
And we're here today to have a look at the AGT Manul air pistol.
That's right. Let's get into it.
So the name Manul, apparently it's named after a grumpy cat.
Yeah. It was actually on, I can't remember what David Attenborough show it was the other Sunday. It's a Palace's cat. It's quite a grumpy thing with its ears are quite low on its side. That was my impression of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's this got to do with a cat?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's the name.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Features.
Yeah.
What have we got? We've got
It's a PCP pistol,
yeah,
multi-shot and single shot.
Yeah.
There's a magazine on it. It's non-removable. If you want the magazine, the single shot's obviously single shot. Non-removable. It's 6 or 7 round in 2.2 or 1.77 respectively.
Now this one that we've got here is
2.2,
isn't it?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a funky cocking lever. It goes vertically, goes up and down on the side here.
This is similar to that Pressy Hall air pistol that we had, wasn't it? That Pressy Hall target pistol that we had.
Yeah.
That had a lift-up lever.
Yeah, that was quite nice.
That was quite
I
nice.
think that stuck out on the side, so you had a good amount of grip on it, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So PCP, now we're not talking low budget here, are we? We're not talking a competitor for a Rexim X Mito, are we?
No, we're not even talking of a competitor to the Fire Out HW44.
Now there is that is a pistol to contend with, isn't it? The
Yeah.
HW44.
But this is a lot lighter than a 44. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot smaller.
Is it better? Is it as good?
Well, that's what this video is all about. We're going to get into it. So, right. What else does it come with? It's got open sights. I'll get into how the open sights work a little bit later on, but I'm not a big fan of how they've executed it. Anyway, we've got a Weaver rail up top, so you can have a red dot or a small little pistol scope or something like that. That's very, very nice. It's all really, really well built. It's all, the build quality is excellent. We can never say anything bad about that. We've also got a thread finisher in here, so we can unscrew that and we can have a moderator on there. There is a moderator adapter in the box, so it will take a 1/2" UNF thread straight on.
Now this has got quite a loud report to it, hasn't it? So I would recommend putting a moderator on this one.
Yeah. So
that is quite loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're in a enclosed.
Quite a pop.
We're in quite an enclosed studio, so quite close room, but obviously it is insulated and stuff. So yeah, quite a noise. I don't know how that compares to other PCP pistols. I'm sure it's pretty similar.
HW44 comes with a moderator, doesn't it? No, but
it doesn't.
No,
but you could get the mod and still save hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's the only Virot that doesn't come with a mod, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else have we got that end?
So we've got a turnable dust shield for the fill port there. So this dust shield rotates, blocks off the fill port. Just rotate it round to either position, and it reveals the fill port basically.
Is it an either position kind of job?
It looks it.
Or is it a one position?
It looks it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go all the way through. I know a lot of the
Some of them have been caught out with those before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some rifles and stuff. The ones I'm thinking of are like SMK Snow Peak sort of things.
Yeah.
They do spin around, but there's only one position that the probe will go.
They're
all the way
the ones
through.
with 2 holes in the.
Okay. I didn't know if I had 2 or 1.
It's like an offset dust cover and offset. Yeah. Offset cover. And then we've got a gauge in the end, not colour coded. Yellow needle there.
Your old is that easy to see?
200. It's all right. Okay. A bit of colour coding would have helped, but it is a small gauge.
Like on a 44. Yeah, there's a nice little gauge on the end there.
Nothing like a 44. Yeah.
Now the trigger in here is very, very good. It's very, very crisp. It's very, very easy to use. It is adjustable. I can see in the back there. But obviously, as standard, we don't adjust any triggers from factory. This is completely how it is, and it's very, very good.
Can I just have a feel of that trigger? Nice. That is a nice trigger. Yeah.
Really crisp, really defined let off.
Yeah. Yeah. No pulling it off centre when you're trying to pull that trigger.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Now there isn't obviously much more to talk about it. We usually with a rifle we have this much to talk about, but we've got this much. You're going to say something that's going to be in the handling section?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm going to say we've got black iron sights there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Looking at a dark object. Why haven't they put fibre optics on there? I'm feeling that this isn't tailored. That they haven't designed this gun with
shooting at open sights in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you obviously have got the Weaver rail up top there, so yeah, happily slap a red dot on it.
I think you'd want to. You're going to have to get your Tipex out on these, as we've discussed before in many videos.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of guns, pistols or rifles, that are black on black open sights.
Yeah.
So when you're shooting at a black target, you've got no idea where you're aiming.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I will say the magazine is quite low profile, which means that you can see the open sights quite well, even with the mags up there.
Yeah.
Well, according to the blurb that we've got, it's not called a magazine. Let me see if I can read it verbatim. Self-indexing pellet system that operates like a magazine.
Sounds like a magazine.
Is that not a magazine?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So self-operating pellet system.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's also what a magazine is. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we jump into handling then? See what it weighs and see how it feels?
Let's have a look, Lawrence, at the handling of this pistol, which is the all-important, isn't it?
Yeah, it's how it feels and the weight of it and that sort of thing.
Now, we've both shot this today.
Yep.
You've done more shooting than me, so let's have your comments first.
Yeah. Headline figures, it weighs 760 grams, which, I'll be honest, don't know how that compares. But it feels very, very, very nice. It's not heavy at all. I would say it's one of the lighter PCPs. I would say that all of the weight is on the front end.
It is front heavy, isn't it? And I don't think that grip lends itself to helping you support that weight in that right, in that one hand.
Now I will say it still feels quite stable. Obviously in the grip there. You can feel that the weight is up front, but I don't think that's a huge issue, personally. It's definitely there.
Designing a pistol, I think you're going to struggle to do anything but
because you've got
the weight up front.
You've got no stock to counterbalance it. I mean, obviously, when you get a silencer on the end and you get a red dot, it's going to be even heavier up front.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's too bad. It's not snapping my wrists off. So
no. Maybe contoured the grip a little bit better and thought about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
That looks like a standard AK grip, is it not?
Yes, with the
beaver tail.
Yeah, I was going to say beaver tail, but I didn't want to be wrong because the comments would have a go at me.
I might be wrong. So they might have a go at me as well.
Cool. Pass all the buck onto you.
Yeah.
Looks wise, I think it looks quite smart. It looks very utilitarian. It's very narrow and very sweeping. So they do it. This is the black version. They do it in a silver and black as well, grey and black as well.
Grey and black.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. They do it in a grey and black as well, which does look. I quite like the grey and black. But the one that they've sent us today is the all black. Yeah, I quite like it. It's quite smart.
Okay.
It would that have been better as a soft grip? I don't know. Maybe that's just a little niggle. But yeah, it certainly feels quite nice. What were your thoughts on it when you had to go with it?
It feels good for a pistol. I'm disappointed at the sights. I think the sights are a bit of an oversight.
Why though?
Because there's not a lot of thought being given to those sights.
Which bit are you referring to? Are you referring to
The front bit and the back bit.
Are you referring to the fact that the windage adjustment, i.e. left and right, is moving the entire rear sight left and right?
Probably not so much. Probably the colouring of the sights, and we've got to think that this is a premium pistol, haven't we? Now it does those sights do remind me a lot of a full bore pistol,
right?
9mm, something like that. A 9mm pistol, very rugged, tough, designed to be. 9mm pistols generally aren't designed as target pistols, are they?
No, true. The design of the foresight is exactly the same as the Reximix Mito, where it's basically a pivoting.
You've got a pivot there,
thing,
haven't you?
and you unscrew the grub screw at the back,
tighten the other,
and it sort of pivots and gives you different heights.
Yeah.
That's the same as the Mito, which is half the price.
Mito's third of the price, nearly, is it not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at time of filming.
Time of filming, yeah.
Yeah, so you could have 3 Mitos for the price of one of these.
I mean, this comes back to the build quality again.
Yeah.
This is very, very built very, very well. Cannot knock the build quality at all.
No.
Shall we have a go and see how it shoots?
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's go for it.
So let's see how the Manul pistol performs, Lawrence.
Let's give it a go. Right, so to load it, it's this non-removable magazine, so pop pellets in. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, but I've been
I don't think there is.
flicking each pellet across. Flick it, spinning the magazine round as I put each pellet in with my offhand. Nice click. Right, let's give it a go. So we're using open sights because it's a pistol, and that's how they're made, that's how they're designed, that's how we're testing it.
We're shooting at 10 metres here indoors. And we haven't got the normal monitor set up because we're in such a short distance. So I have my trusty spotting scope. In the green, 11 o'clock, 10:30.
I'm doing my best to give the pistol as good of a chance as I can, but it is just me at the end of the day.
You're in the green, 7 o'clock.
Did that hit? Couldn't see it.
It might be the same hole as the first one. That's why it sounded different. There's a pellet stuck in the wood behind the hole. Oh, that was 3 o'clock.
Was that right? Do you want me to try again?
Yeah, keep
We've
going.
got the second target.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say is I'm not a fan of this magazine. And the way it sits with this vertical cocking lever, as I close it down, I'm catching the sharp edge of the magazine. I'm catching the sharp mechanism of the magazine every single time. And call me a wimp, sure, but like my thumb's going red from a nearly £1,000 pistol.
He's got a boo-boo.
I've got a boo-boo from it. I don't think that's particularly on. Right, so we're just going to give it another go straight away on the right-hand target. Oh, that was off, wasn't it?
That was 12 o'clock on the green. The others were 4:30 on the
Yeah.
white and yellow.
Yeah, I realised, so I could see them in the yellow. I realised I was making a couple of
God,
mistakes.
can you see that? Oh, my eyes must be...
Yeah.
Good. AJ.
I can't see it in the green.
That was the same hole as the first one.
That's it.
Predominantly, yeah,
Good. I can't see him.
sort of 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the grouping was good.
For you,
For me, for a pistol. Yeah.
it is open sights. It is hard to, it is hard to shoot open sights. I'm not going to make out it's not.
You tell me I'm wrong. You close that.
That is sharp. Yeah. You have to be careful not to get your fingers on the right across the top of that, because that is a sharp part of the magazine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not designed particularly well.
No. Also, one thing, so I had a little bit of time to have a go with it. We've had half an hour or so. The windage adjustment for the rear sight, it moves you just move the entire sight. There's no like clicks, there's no adjustment as such. It's just a block in a horizontal rail. You just move the block over.
A bit like a Beretta 92 FS, the CO2 versions.
Oh, are they £1,000 as well?
No, they're about 150. No, about 150 quid, aren't they?
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay. Let's jump into a conclusion then.
So overall, let's see what we think to this pistol. Lawrence, you've shot it more than me. Tell me your honest thoughts.
Feeling of shooting it, of pulling the trigger, is very, very smooth. It's very, very sharp. It's nice and comfortable in the grip. I really, really like it. I don't like, maybe I'm just being a wuss, wouldn't be the first time, the design of the magazine and the cocking lever on the side. I find when I'm using my left hand to do that I'm pushing down on the sharp section of the magazine.
I tried to do that with one hand so that it wasn't such of an issue, and I can't. It's not possible for me to do that. You can close it with your thumb of your right hand as you're shooting. If
you're a less of a wuss and you push it at the back end, it's no issue. But if you use all of the mechanism that's provided, it is to me.
That's very close to that magazine. I think that's the problem. It's very close to that magazine, and that's a sharp little bit. That's like the indexing notch of the magazine.
Yeah.
That you're catching your finger on, which, I mean, that'd be your fingernail, that'd be anything, wouldn't it? But, yeah. Anything else?
As I said before, the rear sights are.
I think what we're saying with the sights is it really lends itself. You really need a red dot on it, or some sort of pistol scope.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and keep putting them down, but that rear sight is. There's no adjustment on it.
Now, my thoughts on this, we love the Vixens.
Yeah, the AGT build quality never in question.
Fantastic. The Vixens have been fantastic. I think they've tried to build a premium pistol, and whether they've fixed the price point before they've sort of got the pistol made and designed. I'm not keen on the indexing system. I see a problem with this.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what happens? So you preload the magazine, spin it round, and put your pellets in. Now, the magazine is indexed by pushing this the pellet probe forward, and the brass of the pellet probe is pushed against an index. Looks like a steel indexing lever, and it looks like this is brass here. So you've got a brass pellet probe pushing against a steel little peg there. Now, as you're closing that, that's enough to lift the pellet probe up, so it's causing enough strain on that. So I can see that brass pellet probe wearing.
Okay.
And also, as you close that, the pellet probe hasn't entered the rear of the magazine at the point where the magazine is trying to index. So if you try and index it without a pellet in, it jams up solid.
Yeah.
It's relying on the pellet being pushed forward between the magazine and the breech. So without a pellet in, you have to turn it back slightly. Is that going to cause problems with shaving of the magazine skirt?
I was going to say, is that a design feature?
No, that's a design fault, I think.
So basically, as you push it in, there's a tiny section of the probe, and that pushes into the conical section of the pellet. The magazine is being held back by the conical section of the pellet. So as the pellet pushes through, it's possibly deforming.
No, the magazine
on the back end.
The magazine is being held back by that sharp bit you've been catching your finger on, retained by that little metal peg at the bottom there. Look.
Yeah.
And it's that brass probe pushing on that.
Yeah.
That disengages that.
So when it's in position, it's all fine. But when it's halfway through its cycle, it's potentially caving the rear of the pellets in.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
It's. I think that's a poor design.
Okay.
I really do. Now, single shotting this to get rid of that action would be a different story.
Yep.
But I think they've dropped a clanger on that one.
Okay. But so basically, if you just use it with a red dot sight and in single shot mode, it's a brilliant, high quality,
Expensive.
really well built target pistol.
Yes, it is. I mean,
It's much lighter than a Virarc HW44.
Now, we're just going to reiterate, we don't look at this from a sales point of view, do we? We look at this from a user's point of view. And this is where we're coming at from these reviews.
Yeah, I'm also trying to play the opposite of devil's advocate. It's still a nice pistol.
It is still a nice pistol.
But
it's a lot of money.
Yes.
It's an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
You compare this to the engineering quality of the HW44 from Virarc.
Yeah, I mean, that's a polymer action though, isn't it? Like the HW110.
Yeah, but it's proved the test of time, hasn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, we'll see how the mechanism goes. We'll see that through the test of time.
Not a big fan of the magazine system. I think it's designed as a single shot system, and then somebody's thought, hey, we can stick this on here, and we can get it to do this.
Yeah. And again,
I don't think that's worked.
Designed for a red dot, but then gone, we need a rear sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I think yeah.
So there we go. So our consensus is it's a quality pistol. We really like it, but the design of
certain parts of it, yeah,
the most important parts
leaves a bit to be desired. Yeah. I think so.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
That's our honest review.
And that's from a user's view, not from a sales. I'm not trying to sell this pistol at all. That's me shooting it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Can't say much fairer than that.
No.
Well, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
And please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. I'm Peter Baskin from Range and Country, and you are?
And I'm Lawrence Baskin.
And we've got the AGT Manul air pistol here to review for you today.